Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I am going to be covering Transformers Age of Extinction Generations Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. That was quite the mouthful. Anyway, as you can see here, we're looking at the front of the box, and we got some really cool artwork on the front of the box. We got a nice big Transformers, typeface for the logo there. We've got, on the side, we got continuing artwork. We've got an Autobot symbol up high there. On the back, we've got your obligatory product shots and, of course, a bio about Optimus. Yeah, and on the other side, we got an Autobot logo in, I guess that's like a flame or something. Anyway, you can see my not-so-obscured G1 trailer there. The reason I did that is because, well, gee, can we guess what I think they're trying to homage here in the vehicle mode of this toy? It's blindingly obvious they are homaging the original G1 Prime, especially the actual toy itself. I think they're pushing that pretty good with this with this mold. Anyway, the original trailer can sort of rest on the back, doesn't interact with it real well. I just thought it'd be a little bit fun to show off how that would look, and it looks pretty decent. But it's not really meant to interact in any meaningful way. I just, thought that'd be fun. So let me go ahead and get that off to the side, and I'm actually going to go ahead and grab an original G1 Prime, and as you can see, the size on these guys, he's not real in vehicle mode because of how much this figure compacts down. He's not real far away from the original Prime in size. He's bigger, obviously, than the original Prime, but not by as much as you would think, especially when we get to the robot modes. And like I said, just looking at this figure, you can just tell that he is an homage. There is no doubt to the original G1 toy. So there he is with the original G1 toy. Got another size comparison with another Optimus Voyager in vehicle mode. Here we have a Transformers Prime Voyager, and obviously the Transformers Prime one in vehicle mode seems to be quite a bit larger than the Evasion mode Optimus. Get him off to the side, and finally, just for fun, we'll get the Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Prime there, and obviously it absolutely dwarfs our Voyager mode, Evasion mode Prime there. So anyway, let me get him out of the way, and we'll just talk about the figure itself. Overall, I really dig the look of his truck mode. It's really neat. It's a great looking truck mode, well detailed. We've got a good amount of rivets there, as you can see. Nice looking Autobot logo. It's just nicely done. I really like the way his truck mode looks. I do have a minor complaint about his truck mode, and that is the center here. Doesn't perfectly line up. I mean, it can, but it tends to want to kind of go back down a little bit. I mean, if you kind of do this, you can get it perfectly lined up, but it's real tough to get to stay that way. Maybe I'm doing something wrong in the transformation. I'm not sure. It's a nitpick. It doesn't detract hugely from the figure, but it is an issue. But like I said, overall, this thing looks great. From all angles. He doesn't have tons of robot kibble in vehicle mode, which is really cool. I mean, you can kind of see the back of his head in there a little bit, but that's pretty minor overall. Like I said, overall, I think this thing is definitely a win in the vehicle mode department. Anyway, you can integrate his gun with him in this mode if you so choose. Plugs into the top of there, and now he's a rolling truck of doom or whatever. Yeah, it looks kind of silly in my opinion, but it's weapon storage if you want to have it. I don't really know what else to say about his vehicle mode, except that it's really cool and I like the way it looks. I'll be back in a flash to go over his robot mode with you. Alright guys, here we have Evasion Mode Optimus into his robot mode. And just for kicks, we're going to go ahead and just start with a few nice and friendly size comparisons. Let's go ahead and start him off with his good buddy here, who is obviously homaging G1 Prime. And as you can see, he's much bigger than G1 Prime in robot mode, a lot more than what you would have suspected from their respective vehicle modes, and that's just because of how much this guy compacts down into vehicle mode. I mean, he really compacts down small, as you can see. So, there's G1 Prime. Let's get him out of the way. Next up, we have another Voyager Optimus here. That's first edition Optimus from Transformers Prime, and they're roughly the same height. About the same mass, you know, so he's a pretty decent sized Voyager in robot mode. So let's go ahead and get him out of the way. And finally, we have the other movie Optimus that I have, and that, of course, is the really big Revenge of the Fallen Leader class. And Leader class is so much bigger that, you know, obviously he doesn't fit all the way in frame with the Voyager, but that's normal. You know, Leader class is much bigger than Voyager, as he should be. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, we'll go ahead and just focus in on the main event now, the main figure himself. He is a pretty nice looking rendition of Optimus, I think. You know, the only real complaint I have about this guy in robot mode are the paint apps. If they were going for a straight G1 homage, I don't know why they didn't make this part of the arm red as well. I don't know why they made it blue. It's a minor nitpick, I realize. I don't know if you guys follow Transformer news a lot, but just today I saw the pictures of the announced Takara repaint of the rusted mode Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, and that is because in the movie, obviously, this guy's real rusted out, you know, and when he's first found by the Mark Wahlberg character, he's real rusted out, looking pretty down, and Takara just announced today a repaint of this figure that's going to reflect that, and the pictures of that repaint looked absolutely flipping awesome. It's too bad we didn't get that. We may eventually get that here, and if we do, I'll probably buy it, honestly. At import prices, I probably won't, but, you know, if we see that thing domestically, I will definitely pick up that version of this mold as well. Anyway, enough yapping. I'll go ahead and we'll just give you a 360 of him. He looks pretty good from all angles. Just got a little bit of kibble on the back, not bad at all. I mean, really nice looking robot mode in my opinion. He's got a good amount of articulation, as you would expect. He's got a foot pivot, or I'm sorry, forward and back, side to side, ankle tilt. He's got some additional forward movement there because of his transformation. He bends at the knee, top of the leg, forward, back, in, out, and rotates there, right on the thigh. He has waist articulation, wrist rotation. He's actually got double jointed elbows, which is, I love those on Transformers, as I always say. Of course, rotates there at the elbow. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so all directions for the shoulder. I'm sorry, not a ball joint, but it looks like a ratchet joint. And maybe it's a ball and ratchet joint. But all directions for the shoulder, and his head, of course, can go pretty much whatever direction you want. And so, needless to say, he is very posable. One of the highlights to this figure, in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. But I think his head sculpt, that is an outstanding amount of detail on that head. I really like the way that looks. That is really cool. Overall, I mean, this guy is just, as you can see, has a lot of detailing on him. Really nice figure. You know, I can't really say enough good things about it. It's a little bit, it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. I would urge you guys, though, to be careful with one part of this guy, because this is actually the second time I bought this toy. I bought one before, and a piece on him broke, and I'm going to show you which piece that was. When I was transforming the other toy that I owned for the first time, I actually managed to break this chest piece right here. I don't know how I did it, but it just snapped off. I wasn't being rough with it. It's not like I'm rough on these things. It just literally just snapped off. I have no idea why. It's just a word of caution to you guys. Be careful. Obviously I didn't do that to this figure, but just be careful. That's all I can say. His gun that he comes with is the rifle that Megatron had in Dark of the Moon. And yes, it has a firing missile just like many other Transformer toys. There you go. And this will interact with the Voyager Dark of the Moon Megatron, which unfortunately I don't have, so I can't show that off. But regardless, he holds the rifle well, and looks pretty good with it. This guy is, again, very poseable, very good looking. Nice sculpt, nicely detailed. I would definitely recommend this thing to people. This is a very nice toy, worth picking up. So if you see him in the store, you got the money, and you want him, pick him up. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this whole thing up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.